Welcome back. Police on Grand Bahama are investigating the fatal shooting of a man on the island on Monday. It happened at Luntford Court off Churchill Drive. Police investigators say shortly before 6 p.m. they were alerted of the incident, and once on scene, officers found the man outside of a residence with apparent gunshot wounds. Reports say two men were involved in a verbal argument that became physical when one of the men produced a firearm and shot the other one to death. This marks the 22nd person killed in country so far this year. Police prosecutors hauled two men ages 33 and 22 before the magistrate's court for murder and attempted murder earlier today. The charges stem from a shooting incident that took place on Wednesday, August 28th in 2024 on Young Street. That's off Market Street, about 3 blocks north of Wolf Road, where the two males were injured by gunfire. One of the injured males succumbed to his injuries on Saturday, February 22nd this year, upgrading one of the charges to murder. On Sunday, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force recognized Remembrance Day, a day to honor those who serve in the armed forces. First, there was a wreath-laying ceremony at HMBS Coral Harbor, followed by a church service at the William Thompson Auditorium on Jcn Street. Prime Minister Philip Davis, during his address, expressed gratitude on behalf of the people of the Bahamas to the many serving officers, both male and females.
As a nation, we owe you a debt of gratitude for all that you do. For 45 years, you of the Defense Force have served this nation honorably. Successive governments have recognized that securing our 180,000 square miles of ocean, making us, as I term it internationally, an ocean state. In addition to carrying out your many other duties, that is no easy or simple feat. It requires intensive and comprehensive resources and a tremendous amount of expertise. The historic Sandy Bottom project injected $232 million into the force, reflecting our ongoing national commitment to supporting the work of our Marines and officers by investing in personal training, new vessels, and the dredging of harbors and channels to accommodate vessels throughout our islands, as well as improvements to our maritime infrastructure. These advancements significantly enhanced our nation's security, ensuring that the Defense Force remains ever ready to serve our nation.
The Royal Bahamas Defense Force has been in operation now for some 45 years, and according to National Security Minister Wayne Munro, the Davis administration is committed to seeing the organization continue to grow.
This administration remains committed to ensuring that the RBDF is not just operational, but epitomizes a well-oiled machine with 3 essential pillars at its core: human capital, as we continue to invest in training, welfare, and development of personnel; equipment, as we continue in modernizing assets to strengthen surveillance, interdiction, and operational readiness.
Governor General Cynthia Pratt, Dame Cynthia Pratt, and members of the official opposition were also in attendance. And last week, following Iram Lewis's, the MP for Central Grand Bahama, following his announcement of his withdrawal from the Free National Movement to join the Coalition of Independents, leader of the COI, Lincoln Bain, said he expected more defections from the Free National Movement over to the COI. Well, on Sunday, F&M Deputy Leader Shannon Dawn Cartwright responded briefly to that assertion during a press conference at the party's headquarters.
Thank you for your question. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that such an assertion, but let me be clear for the record since you've asked. Michael Clifton Pintard is the leader of the Free National Movement. As a member of the Parliamentary Caucus, I support him wholeheartedly. He will lead us to victory into the next general election, and he will be the next Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. That's all I have to say.
The remaining members of the Free National Movement caucus in Parliament include Adrian White for St. Anne's, Kwesi Thompson, East Grand Bahama, Adrian Gibson, Long Island, and Dr. Hubert Minnis, Killarney. The Free National Movement is expected to reveal its first group of candidates sometime in the month of May. Meanwhile, at least 2 incumbent candidates for the PLP are reportedly not seeking re-election. On Monday, PLP Chairman Fred Mitchell revealed that Deputy Speaker and Member of Parliament for North Eleuthera Sylvanus Petty and Basil McIntosh, the MP for Michael, will not seek re-election and that the party will look to replace them. The reasons for their decisions are unknown at this time. Mr. Mitchell said while there are several people that have expressed an interest in running in the Michael constituency, no one has expressed a serious interest to run in the North Eleuthera seat at this time. Mitchell said the PLP is about 50% complete with its candidate selection and will host another training module in the very near future. And finally, Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation Chester Cooper addressed the concerns from residents on Eleuthera about the state of their airports. While on Eleuthera last week, he stated that his ministry is undertaking a comprehensive plan to modernize all 3 airports on Eleuthera, all 3 of the major airports, including that one in North Eleuthera.
That's why I'm pleased to tell you today that the North Eleuthera Airport will have a $55 million investment in its airside and landside. You will recall that we executed a loan agreement with the Saudi Fund for Development. That loan has not been drawn down. The money has not been spent on anything else. And despite the masters and the forecasts of doom,
Mr. Cooper expressed frustration with the planned investment from the Saudi fund, who had signed a contract with last year to redevelop the North Eleuthera Airport and has since looked elsewhere for funding, he says.
Pressing forward. The Saudi Fund for Development, however, has been slow and bureaucratic in its processes. In our commitment to expediting the work, therefore, we've identified alternative funding in order to expedite this project. That funding is already in place. Island Airport Development Company, the company that is building the Bimini Airport with impressive works ahead of timelines, are making significant progress. We've invited them back to the table to consider the redevelopment of the North Eleuthera Airport, and we have signed agreement and the money is in place with Plenary International Fund, and we anticipate that that work is going to begin shortly.
According to the minister, they are expected to have some preliminary works be delivered to relieve some of the pressure at the North Eleuthera Airport. Minister Cooper states that the state-of-the-art passenger terminal is in preparation for construction in this quarter and is expected to be completed in mid-2026. That'll do it for your Jcn Evening News. Once again, I'm Jcn Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.